What's up, brewheads? Welcome to another Brewthirty, where I drink a beer and pair it with a toy. Tonight, we are going to be doing an exciting beer review. It is the crown jewel of my Mount Crushmore of beers, and that is 3FLOYD'S Permanent Funeral Double IPA. This is a super awesome beer. I tried this several years ago, and it is my favorite beer of all time, probably. Double IPA from 3FLOYD'S Brewery. It is a joint collaboration with the band Pig Destroyer, a hardcore metal band, which I have seen in concert. And this beer kicks about as much ass as they do. Love it. Can't wait to sample this baby and share it with you. But before we get started, we better talk about what toy we're pairing with. Now, I actually searched high and low and tried to figure out what the best toy to pair this beer would be with, and I settled upon one of my all-time favorites, Battle Armor Skeletor on his steed Panther. Now, this is not the vintage Skeletor and Panther that I had as a kid. This is from the Masters of the Universe Origins line, which I feel is the best action figure line out there right now. I love it. And of course, when you get something that you love, the manufacturer takes it and totally shits on it. Mattel is discontinuing the Origins line and replacing it with the animated line of action figures. So it's more similar, or more, I guess, based on the animated He-Man series, which I never was a big fan of. And it's sad because I really do love the Origins line. My son loves it. We've collected almost all the figures. And I love Battle Armor Skeletor. He's one of my favorite figures as a kid. So I thought it would be appropriate that we have this cool permanent funeral paired with Skeletor and Panther. So back to the beer. This I tried probably, I would say, around circa 2011 for the first time. I bought it in a back alley off a seedy guy behind a bar. We were in this old dive bar in Terre Haute, Indiana, and one of the guys in there, who was a big craft beer fan like myself, got to talking, and he had a trunk of this, and I went out in the back and bought it from him. It was kind of weird, but I tried it, loved it, and have been a fan of it ever since. I've had this thing several times. It used to just come out in bombers, but now it comes out in 4-pack cans. So this is an imperial IPA or double IPA. It comes in at a whopping 10.5% alcohol by volume. And of course, on the back, we have a cool description like we do with a lot of the 3FLOYD'S beers. And it says, "The wolf inside this Imperial India Pale Ale is trying to walk upright. This bright and aromatic beer was brewed with our friend in the band Pig Destroyer, 3FLOYD'S.com. You can see on the can, it's got some really dope art. Just super horrific and creepy. I absolutely love this beer. So like we do with all our 3FLOYD'S beers, I have my signature glass. Let's crank this baby open. Now, like always, there's no right way or wrong way to pour a beer. You pour your beer the way you want. I'll pour my beer the way I want, and we'll still be friends. All right. So, you can see the beer is a nice, lighter amber color. Of course, it's a double IPA. So, with a lot of double IPAs, you're going to expect a little more sweetness or maltiness. Not the case with this one. You definitely get a ton of floral hops. A lot of 3FLOYD'S IPAs have those really floral citra hops smell to them. This is definitely on par with those beers. And let's give it a sip. Freaking perfect. Okay, so super hoppy. Back end's real sweet. A small amount of malt, super hop forward, just a well-balanced explosion of awesomeness. I just can't tell you how much I love this beer. I've drank this so many times. Every time it comes out, it's a seasonal release. I usually grab 1 or 2 4-packs. It's kind of a search because not everybody carries it. but this is awesome. So like I said, it's really nice and hop forward. It's not super sweet, but there is a little bit of a sweetness on the back end, which really balances out the hoppiness and the slight malt. A lot of citra flavor comes forward. Very fruity, flowery, aromatic, like it says on the can. Highly drinkable. Highly drinkable. Man, I just love this beer so much. In fact, I like to try to tell stories every once in a while of the beers that I taste or things that go with those beers. And several years ago, I would have these get-togethers down here in my bar, McCooligan's Pub, as you can see the sign right here. And I'd have this thing called the Viking Drinking Party. And I'd get a lot of people down here, and we'd fill this whole area up. And you would get probably 20 people in here sharing beers, enjoying heavy metal music. Not everybody, but most everybody. And so I would have to really prepare for these parties. So a night or two before, I'd sit down here and make a playlist on YouTube and kind of get everything ready for the Viking Drinking Party. And I had a few beers, didn't realize how strong they were at the time. And I finished off with a full bomber of Permanent Funeral. And I was listening to one of my favorite bands, Immortal in a Bath, right here, the shirt. And I decided it would be a good idea to break out the corpse paint and paint my face up like one of the black metal artists. And when my wife, at the time, she was my girlfriend, got home from her job waitressing, I was sitting down here, 3 sheets to the wind at the bar, just going through metal music at about 2 in the morning with my face completely painted like a black metal person. So low point for me. Funny, but low point. So you got to be careful with how strong these are. Obviously, I'm almost 50 years old. I don't do that stuff anymore. I dialed that way back, even though especially since I have a 5-year-old. So definitely at 10.5%. Probably want to try one of these, which is what I'm going to do tonight. So this will be my only beer for the night, maybe the weekend. So anyways, guys, love this beer. If you can find it, try it. 3FLOYD'S Brewing Company, Permanent Funeral. It is the top of my Mount Crushmore of beers. I don't think there's a better double IPA or beer out there if you like this style of beer. And of course, Skeletor Battle Armor Edition from Masters of the Universe Mattel Origins line with the I just smoked a ton of weed look Panther. And yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the beer review. Try it, check it out, grab some Skeletor Battle Armors, hit him a few times. And in the meantime, guys, cheers.